in Air Canada before. So, in that time, just like a lot of people here, you might have been working in that kind of labor lifestyle, 9 to 5 every single day, right? And so like the income was decent, right? If I worked overtime, I could make a great amount of money, but I would have to sacrifice my time, my health, right? My mental health just to be working there. And so it was not really an enjoyable time. I didn't really enjoy working there. I didn't have to worry about too much about my finances, but definitely like my health wise, my mental wise, I was taking a big hit, right? And so this is after I met Atomy, a lot of things changed, right? And I met Atomy through my sponsor, who is also my mother, Sharon Rose Master Esther, and that a lot of that has started to change the things I use in my daily lifestyle, the products that I consume, right? And then my onlook and my thoughts about these kind of products, right? And so a lot of this all had to change over time. It didn't happen instantaneously, but I think that helped me see the bigger picture of what Atomy is today. And so today I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about Atomy's marketing plan. And so, yes, I will be talking about the Atomy's marketing plan. So before I begin, I'd like to watch a quick video. So let's all watch a little bit about this.
You're watching The Context. It's time for our newly minted segment, AI Decoded. Welcome to AI Decoded. It's the time of the week when we dig deep into some of the most eye-catching stories in the world of artificial intelligence. We begin this week with this story from Tech Radar, stunning achievement in humanoid robotic development. OpenAI and the startup robotics firm Figure AI have released a video this week demonstrating the real sci-fi capabilities of a new visual language model, and we'll be showing you a clip of that in just a minute's time. The Medical Express details how AI is being used now to detect heart defects in newborns. The model they have developed gives the correct diagnosis in 80 to 90% of cases. Fortune says artificial intelligence is supercharging the threat of election disinformation that's already here. It's quite fascinating, this. Pretty remarkable example of the promise of artificial intelligence. Let's take a look.
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great. Can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
Great. So, based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great. Can you put them there?
Of course.
And so, yeah, I hope that that video was a bit interesting, right? Isn't that really amazing? This was actually released a couple days ago, if not yesterday. And this is a pretty much open AI coming together with BMW to create this amazing robotics that is powered by AI, right? And so it's learning on the go and showing you what it can do, right? In a sense, it's very cool, but it also fuels your uncertainty, right? And this is the next segment I want to talk about, which is the age of uncertainty, right? Is your present and your future secure in your day-to-day life, right? And so as we all know, through COVID, there was a lot of changes that we've experienced. Right? This is something that I'm talking relevant to everyone that happened today, right? We all experienced this. Some of us had to change our jobs to becoming remote workers, right? Some of us even lost their jobs, right? There's an increased online presence of online stores. Everything started to become more contactless, right? There started to become new technology that replaced humans, expanded delivery service, normalization of like quarantine measures, right? All these rapid changes started happening after COVID. And this started to create uncertain economic environments, right? So then all of these governments pumping a lot of money into their country started to create inflation and all these rapid changes. And so I'm not sure if that happened in where you live, but here where I lived in Canada, that caused a lot of interest rates to skyrocket for the people who took out loans during COVID, right? A lot of people took out loans for their houses and so forth. And because of the interest rate skyrocketing, they had to some of them had to give back their houses to the bank or sell it at a loss, right? And so a lot of these things started to have a very huge economical impact. And so then it starts to make you wonder then, like, what is the changes that's going to happen for my future, right? So the average age for retirement now is 65, as you know. Many people start to prepare within the 50s to 60 range. And then after that, you have a period of close to 30 to 40 years that you're left with, to struggle in that retirement. So you retire at, let's say 60, a little bit early, but now you have close to 40 years if you're living to 100, wondering what you're going to do. Are you prepared? Do you have enough money to secure yourself? Do you have enough money to give to your children, to your grandchildren, right? And so those are all something that's going to be very real, right? It might not be something real now, but it'll definitely be real in a few years. And so we're coming to this rapid change in
Can you
time.
please? Oh, sorry.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, I was
Yes,
just
yes.
telling to the interpreter. Sorry. I'm very sorry.
Hi, it's okay. Yeah, and so there's a rapid changes in time with growing AI, uncertain economic changes. You're not really sure about your retirement, right? Are if you're saying that you're working your 9 to 5 job today, you let's say work until you're 65, can you be 100% sure that you'll be okay once you're 65 and over? Will you be safe? Will you have enough money, right? I can guarantee you that no matter what, even if you think you're safe, if things like the pandemic happen again, there is no guarantee. Nothing is certain, right? And so that means that you have to create a system that is able to protect you and generate you income for those uncertain times. And so Atomy is that kind of system, right? It allows for you to have a system, and it doesn't matter about your race, it doesn't matter about your gender, your age, right? Regardless of where you're starting from, you are allowed to start in Atomy and succeed in Atomy. And so then why Atomy? Atomy is going to be your reliable business partner because it has a systematic business, right? Systematic business that allows you to earn steady income through a system. You didn't pay for the system. You didn't develop the system. So you don't have to worry about how to run the system. Atomy does all the system things for you, behind the scenes for you. All you have to do is now apply that system into your lives and to those around you. And that is all done through Atomy's competitive edge of its amazing products, right? And so this is all done through Atomy's prestige strategy, right? With its absolute quality, absolute price products, it allows for this business to come to life, right? If you've ever done any sort of network marketing companies before, a lot of them actually sell very expensive products at a very unaffordable rate. And so it only allows you to sell maybe once or twice to your friends, but then after that, your friends might not really trust you or might not have the things that they think that, oh, okay, he's going to sell me something again, right? And have that kind of negative image of you and no longer want to purchase it from you. But at Atomy, you don't have to worry because everything they offer is of the absolute price and in the absolute quality, and so it offers the best products. And that's shown in its very low return rate, right? So we have a return rate less than 1% from our competitors. And this is currently based on the 2021, but it's also true in the 2022 data that we have continued to maintain this low return rate. So that shows that our customers are satisfied with what we offer. And so Atomy is rewriting the history of network marketing, right? Many people have a very negative stigma of network marketing. Okay, network marketing is like this, it's so bad. You're trying to entice people to buy useless products. But Atomy has completely changed all that and created a new network marketing business. And so we are a global business with around 26 branches around the world and continuing to expand every single year, right? And so just last year alone, we've opened some places in Uzbekistan and so forth, and even Mongolia. And so these are Atomy changing and growing along with us, right? And so if we are not working hard along them, then we will be left behind just like this. And so Atomy is a amazing business which allows for your consumption to become economic gain and income, right? So not only is it a cashback system, but it allows for you to now generate that cashback into commission, right? And so what I mean by this is that the regular store that you might go to may have cashback, yes, but then the cashback equivalent is actually not the same as Atomy's commission structure, right? So no matter how much you've purchased, let's say here in Canada, we have a store called Shoppers Drug Mart. It's just like a local pharmaceutical store, but it also sells like foods and so forth. And then they offer a point system, right? An optimum points. And if you spend a certain amount of points, then you get an equivalent amount of dollars off, right? And that equivalent dollar comes around $10 off, right? When you spend about $100,000 worth of points, right? 100,000 points worth, and that's usually around $600, right? But in Atomy, because you are working together in a group, right, you are continuing to have new customers and new consumers underneath you, that actually reduces your burden to fill those points requirement to get your commission or AKA cashback, right? And then that allows for you to now fill the amount of 300,000 on your left and right, allowing you to gain the $60 commission, right? So then would you want to have that $60 commission, or would you want to have that $10 commission, right? I'd say that $60 is a lot better. But even then, it's like you don't have to fill the remaining amount by yourself. You're not having to purchase it. But if you go to that Shoppers Drug Mart, let's say, your parents' points does not mean that it's your points. Your friends' points does not mean it's your points, right? In the end, your points is only your points. So then you have to be the ones to purchase everything in order to get that $10 off. But in Atomy, everyone's points are your points, right? Then you get the benefit. They also get the benefit what you purchase, right? And so it's a very win-win situation. And so Atomy, you can be a consumer, you can be a business person. It doesn't matter who you are, but you can be a consumer that changes to a business member anytime. And so you can just remain a consumer if that's what you want. No one's stopping you, no one's pressuring you to change, right? Because we also need consumers in this business. But we also have business members, right? If you truly want to be a business member, then you have to transition. So what do I mean by transitioning? Right, so this is kind of the steps into transitioning in Atomy, right? In the beginning, you're just a simple Atomy consumer. You start to buy one or two products like the Hemohim or the Absolute Set or the toothbrush or toothpaste, right? And then through that, you realize that the products are actually affordable and great and quality. Then you start to change your mark, right? Change everything that you use in your daily household, from your detergent to your laundry detergent to your clothes to your family products. Then you start to change it all into Atomy products. And that means that you're transitioning to becoming a loyal consumer, right? You become a loyal consumer of Atomy. And through that process, naturally, you'll start to be able to have opportunities to receive commission, right? General commission. And then from there, once that receive your general commission, you might start to think that, oh, maybe there's more to this than just consuming. Maybe I can make a business out of this. And from there, you transitioning into becoming a business partner with Atomy, And all you have to do is follow these steps exactly like this, and you can make other business partners, right? You find other consumers, right? And then you help them change their products into Atomy. You make them into royal customers, and then you help them earn general commission. And from there, they also become now your business partners, just like you and I, right? Very simple structure, right? If you break it down like this, it makes it easier to do. And so Atomy is a very righteous marketing plan, right? It is very fulfilling. It's very simple, and yet there is no sort of hidden sort of things, hidden fees or secrets that they're trying to hide. Everything is very out in the open, right? And even to my partners, I don't try to hide anything. If you don't want to work, don't work. If you want to work, work, right? But then you have to know where you stand. If you just want to be a consumer, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you. But if you really wanted to do business, then you have to do the business, not just sit there listening and like maybe you'll make money, but you have to absorb what you've learned and then you have to act, right? Action is key in Atomy. Many people learn, but then they stopped after that. They don't do any action, right? And so in Atomy, our marketing plan is so great where it naturally allows for you to act. And so we have a two-leg system. So as you know, Atomy is a binary leg. You only work on your two legs from your left and your right, and you continue to build those two legs. It's not any sort of crazy, huge pyramid or anything like that. You only have to focus on your two legs, right? So then it's a lot more manageable, right? And we have no subscription fees. We don't ask you to pay anything. When your sponsor asked you to join, did they ask you to pay anything? No, right? They didn't ask you, oh, you have to pay $500 every month just to join Atomy. If they did, please report that sponsor, right? That is not a real sponsor. In Atomy, everything is free in terms of the subscription fee. There's no entry fee. There is no monthly maintenance fee or referral fees, right? And so when someone, asks you to open up a website, you're going to have to pay a lot of money to maintain that website. But in Atomy, they've done all that for you. Does Atomy ask you every month? You have to pay, $500, $1,000 to maintain your Atomy website. No, they give it to you completely free. And that's the power of Atomy system. And then they also allow for you to have an unlimited accumulation, right? And so this is a hidden, actually, superpower because many network marketings, they don't have unlimited accumulation. Actually, your accumulation expires, right? So if you don't refresh your points by matching them, you lose out on those points. But in Atomy, as long as you continue to work, that points will still remain there until you reach a certain level of points required to get your commission, right? And that's, I think, an amazing opportunity because it doesn't rush you, but it also allows for you to now know the limits of your business. And so it also has an infinite level, right? No matter how many people you have underneath you, they're all going to be your consumers. They're all going to be your partners. And it has a global marketing system. So that means that no matter where people are, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in US, whether it's in Indonesia or anywhere else, Japan, Korea, they will all be your consumers. They will all be your partners. They will all be your sponsors. And that's the power of Atomy's global marketing system. And all of this ties together at the end with its compensation ceiling, right? So the compensation ceiling is a max amount that you can receive in Atomy. So the max amount in just general commissions is $50,000. And so once you've reached that ceiling, then all of that rest, what do you do with it? Now you can pour it down to your partners, pour it down even more, right? So that they could also succeed, right? And in turn, it generates even more income potential for your partners together. So Atomy is all about teamwork, right? We have to work together as a team to build out this business. It's not just about you and just me and closing it off, but rather we all together work as a team to generate and help one another generate income. And so Atomy is divided into two different sort of things here in terms of price and PV. And so here is the pricing in US dollars. You can see that the Hemoium is 98 US dollars with a PV of 60,000. And same for the other products. You can see their US price points as well as their PV value, right? And so then the PVs and all come up together and add up into 4 different commission structures. So we have our general commission, and then we have our mastership bonus, right? And then we have our mastership promotion, and lastly, we have our center commission. So the center commission at the very end, that is something that's just for those who are owning a center. That's something I'll just briefly talk about then, but it's not really something that might apply to everyone here. But the first 3, the mastership promotion, the mastership bonus, the general commission, those things are something that applies to you on a daily basis. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about how your earning structure is in Atomy, right? And so in Atomy, the commission distribution, your commission is paid within 35% of the total company's sales, right? And so whatever the company is earning, 35% of that is now all distributed to everyone in Atomy that is working, right? And the commission is paid to members on a daily basis. And the first structure is the general commission. So you have 2 major payment commission structure, which is the general commission and the mastership commission. So the general commission is 44% of the total company sales. It is now distributed through that. So the 35% that from that 35%, 44% now goes into general commission, right? And so here we have your PVs divided into different segments that you can earn on a daily, and your dealership level, right? So the dealership level is pretty much capped, right? So once you reach a certain PV amount in your personal PV, then you are no longer required to fill that role. It's already capped. So you're at that level, then all you have to do is purchase 1 product every year just to refresh your membership. The only thing that you have to worry about in terms of your commission is the daily group PVs, right? So the daily group PVs refresh on a daily if you're able to meet those requirements. But as I said before, if you don't, then that leg still remains there with that points until you've reached it. So you're not in any sort of rush to fill that out. Otherwise, you lose that points. And so here we can see that 300,000 you need on your left and right, then you receive that points equivalent to about $60. And then if we reach 700, you receive about 30 points, which equivalent to about $120, right? It's a bit confusing in the beginning, but if you break it down, it becomes a bit easier and easier to do. So then this all happens through repetition, right? If you just listen to it one time, you're not going to understand anything I've said. Obviously, you're going to be like, oh, what is he talking about? This doesn't make any sense. But over time, right, and that's the key to Atomy, repetition and continuing to do the same thing consistently, you'll understand that how it works, and it becomes a lot easier for you to understand how to do it. And so then here we have a little bit about your personal masterships. As I said before, it's a cap of 2.4 million PV at the very end for your membership level. And that's something that you just have to build out over time. So you don't have to really worry about that. And so your commission is actually paid out weekly, but your general commission structure is from the Tuesday, and then it starts from Wednesday afterwards, after the Tuesday, first Tuesday, and then goes into calculating into the following Tuesday next week, and your payment is now delivered on the next week. So if you think about it, if you're able to fulfill this every single week, this condition, you get paid out every week, right? Every week you get paid out, and so it's not a bi-weekly payment, so you don't have to worry about that. And it has, as you can see here, the general commission structure breakdown, right? So we have to first, if we want to earn $60, our personal PV here at the very top has to equivalent to be of 300,000. So my own personal PV has to be 300,000. After that condition is met, now I have to have 2 legs, right? So my left leg and my right leg, and each leg, it has to have equivalent of 300,000 on each leg. And then that will allow you to refresh your leg PV, equating to $60, right? And so what if your $60 is deposited into your account every month, right? Every month, it doesn't seem like a big deal. Okay, once a month, that's not really big. Once a year, maybe not. But what if it's like every single day, right? In a year, and in 10 years, in 30 years, and that becomes a huge difference, right? And so in Atomy, you work as hard as you give value to the business, right? If you only see this as a $60 company every month, then that's how hard you will work. But if you see this as a business that's generating you $1,200 every day, then that's how hard you will work, right? So there's a difference in mentality. Many people think in a very small mindset of like, oh, this is not very big, and I won't be able to succeed, right? And maybe that's because in the very beginning, it feels that way. It's very different from your traditional 9 to 5, right? If you work in a 9 to 5, whatever hours you work, if you work 8 hours, that's the amount that you will receive the equivalent of income. But in Atomy, even if you work 8 hours, even if you work 20 hours, sometimes you only make $60, right? And that's the hard truth of it. But that only happens in the beginning. Once you continue to build out your business, once you continue to commit, then that income potential from going just $60 every month can become $1,000 every month. And then it becomes $2,000 every month, $5,000, $10,000, right? And then until you reach that $50,000 every month. And so this is a little bit easier structure breakdown of the general commission that we saw earlier. And so here we can see our personal PV, the levels, and then once you have that group PV reaching that requirement, you are now graded, and that grade equivalents to your commission. So your commission of $60 if you have a grade 7, and then grade 6 and so forth. And so if you have 700,000 PV on your left, 700,000 PV on your right, then now you're able to receive $120 for that daily commission, right? And so this is calculated daily. So if you're able to do this every single day, then you get paid in that value every single day, right? And so you have 1.5 million on your left and right, then you get paid $240 that day, right? And then so this is the income potential in Atomy. And so that $60 now can grow up to $1,200 per day in just general commission alone. And so the cap is $50,000 in general commission, right? So we have that cap, but that cap does not include the mastership commission. So the mastership commission equates to about 20% of the total sales from that 35% the company is giving to our people in Atomy, right? To their business partners. And so that 20%, 10% of that is now given to the sales masters, right? And so how generous of Atomy? They are now giving 10% of that 20% to the people at the very bottom, people who are just starting out their business, right? So then what is Atomy thinking when they're doing this? They are thinking that they want their people who are working hard at the very bottom, who are just starting out, to succeed. They want you to be the first to grow quickly into the next Diamond Masters, into the next Generals Masters, right? And so in order for that to happen, you need to benefit the most at the bottom, right? So instead of the commission structure being the best at the top, so Imperial Master receiving the 10%, right? They flipped it around, which allows for your income to start from the bottom. And that's the secret to many of Atomy's structures, which allows for continuous growth, right? So if you've ever met an Imperial Master or a Crown Master, their income is actually even more than 50,000 per month, right? So the Imperial Master Young-Soo Kim, she's actually making around 200,000 every month, right? So the general commission from that 200,000 is only 50,000, but the mastership commission she is making on top of that is close to 150,000, right? And she's only a auto crown. She's not an auto Imperial Master yet, right? So then that means that she still has even more room for growth in terms of income. Right, but then this also is the same for everyone here. Your income can continue to grow every single month as long as you put in the work. And so here we can see the commission breakdown there a bit further. And so your sales master or whatever mastership is calculated on a bi-weekly period, right? So the 1st to the 15th and the 16th to the end of the month. Right, so this is not general commission. This is mastership commission, right? So mastership commission, in order for you to receive that 10% that I was talking about for sales master, you need to achieve this every single month twice, right? If you want to receive the full amount. And so then that would allow for you to have a general commission of $500 and then a mastership commission of $500, which equates to making $1,000 bi-weekly. Right, so $1,000 biweekly. If you do it twice a month, then you make $2,000 per month, right? And so if you think about it, if you do this within Diamond Master, then you can make around $4,000 per month. If you do this in Sharon's Master, maybe close to 8,000 to 10,000. If you do this as a Star Master, easily over 10,000 plus every month, right? And so we also have the semi-sales promotion that Atomy created a couple of years back for them to help the people at the bottom, because many people were struggling even to reach sales master still. And so they created this system additional to that to help those people at the bottom, right? So I've never met a company that creates even more systems at the bottom to help those at the bottom struggling, right? So it just shows that Atomy continuing to grow, continuing to strive for its customer success, right? And they're not only focused on making money for their business, but they're actually focused on making money for you, right? So through that semi-sales, you're able to make $1,000 per month, right? So then that means you make around $500 bi-weekly if you're able to reach the semi-sales promotion. And so the semi-sales, you have that 700,000 PV you have to meet, and then you make 1.5 million PV on your left and 1.5 million PV on your right within the time span of 2 weeks, right? If you're able to achieve this within 2 weeks, then you receive that semi-sales mastership promotion. And so then the semi-sales, here you can see a bit more detailed breakdown of that as well. And so this is something that you can continue to also learn further from your sponsors. So I won't talk to it in too much detail. And so the mastership promotion here, you can see that once you reach a mastership promotion, you have a one-time promotion incentive, right? So here we can see a very quick breakdown of it. And here at Sales Master, they receive a few different products for free. The first time they reach Sales Master, Diamond Master, they receive some additional products with cash as well, and continue to be the same for Sharon Rose Master and Star Master. You can see that they receive a cash equivalent along with some few products, or if not, like travel vouchers and vehicles, and so forth that they can receive. And so let's take a little bit more deeper look into that. And so here we can see that the first time you reach Sales Master in your mastership promotion, you need to have a Sales Master 700,000 PV, personal PV, and then have a group PV of 2.5 million on your left and right within the time of 2 weeks, right? If you're able to do this within 2 weeks, you become a Sales Master, right? And through that Sales Master, now you receive a few different products for free for the first time. And this is only a one-time promotion incentive, right? Other than that, after that, you can continue to maintain your Sales Master every bi-weekly, then you receive that monthly income of 2,000 I mentioned earlier. And so then Diamond Master, here we have our Diamond Master. If you look at it now, it looks a bit different, right? Now you can see that there is no longer a PV amount that you need to require. You need to have 2 Sales Masters on each leg, right? 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So then what does that mean? That means that Atomy wants you to build out your team members, right? They want you to help your team members build out and become a auto Sales Master. And if you're able to do that, then you become a Diamond Master, and now you receive a few different products with a $800, give or take, depending on your currency, cash equivalent. And then now you become a Sharon Rose Master. It's the same thing again. Now you have to have 2 Diamond Masters on the left and 2 Diamond Masters on the right. So the same 2 masterships from before, you need to have them underneath you to reach that next level higher. And then that means that now you're able to receive $2,000 in cash and a travel voucher, right? And so thankfully in Canada, I was able to actually go together with my Sharon Rose Master sponsor because she took me together with her on our Alaskan cruise, right? So we got to go to Alaska and overnight. And so it was a very great experience to see during that time. So I definitely recommend you to continue to strive for excellence in Atomy, because Atomy is always willing to do more for you. And so the next will be our Star Masters. Star Masters, you need to have 2 Sharon Rose on each leg, right? And you get a $10,000 cash equivalent with a vouchers for your travel once again. And then we have our Royal Masters. We have to have 2 Star Masters on our left and right, along with $50,000 cash a voucher for travels, a car that they give you, and $2,000 every month for sponsorship activities. And then we have our now Crown Master. We need to have 2 Royal Masters on our left and right, and then $300,000 cash that you'll be receiving, along with a vehicle, travel vouchers, and now $5,000 per month in sponsorship activities. And lastly, the last level in Atomy, which is the Imperial Master, right? So the Imperial Master, you have to have 2 crowns on your left and right, and you receive 1 million in cash and a voucher for travel, full-size vehicle, $10,000 in sponsorship activity per month, office rental, along with a driver that you get with their monthly salary. And so this is an Imperial Master Young-Soo Kim that I was talking about. She is receiving her $1 million in cash here by our chairman, Hangil Park, right? And so all the cash incentives that we received, that one-time cash incentives, that alone equates to about $1.3 million worth of value, right? And that's just in cash, not the other stuff that you get in terms of the travel or the cards or the mastership the incentives and so forth. And in every leadership, there's also a club, the Atomy Success Clubs, right? So in here, we have the Auto Sales Master Club, right? That means that you have to maintain Auto Sales Mastership 12 times per year. And whether that is once a month or you do it twice a month, then you can just do it within 6 months, right? But if it's just once a month, then within a year, then you can become an Auto Sales Master and you receive this badge to indicate that you're an Auto Sales Master. For E-Leaders Club, then you have to have an annual salary of around 100,000 in Atomy. Then you receive that Leaders Club badge, right? So then that means that if you're around making around 10,000 per month, then you can easily reach that Leaders Club. And then we have now the Royal Leaders Club, which is 200,000 annually, and then the Crown Leaders Club, where you make around 400,000 or more annually, right? And so then now we're talking a little bit about the commission for the centers. For the centers now, you are eligible for a 6% center commission. So whatever is purchased through your center, that is now given to you as the center fee, right? And so this is only for those who own their own centers, right? But I'd highly recommend that if you are looking to do and grow your business, then you want to eventually open up your own Atomy centers. And all of this ties down to now the success system, right? And so Atomy has educational systems that lead to success, right? No one is telling you to create something new. I'm not telling you to start your own business and then do everything from scratch, right? When you're doing your Atomy business, everything is already built for you, right? You have your regional seminars, such as your success systems and your one-day seminars and so forth. You can watch your seminars online, right? You're not restricted to watching it in person anymore. You can watch it through Zoom. You can watch it through our Channel Atomy. If you haven't used Channel Atomy before, please, I encourage you to give Channel Atomy a try. They have so many amazing information, so many amazing product videos and presentations, and along with many other useful information, right? And then now you also now want to bring your partners and yourself to the Success Academy, right? Success Academy held bi-monthly in 2 different locations, usually in North America, one in the east side, one in the west side. We do have one in Toronto, where I live, bi-monthly, as well as a couple of times in Vancouver, as well as other areas in Canada. And so please look into that wherever you're living. If you're living in the States or if you're living in different countries, please look into where your Success Academy is. And if you've never been, please go, because it will start to open up your mind a lot more, right? And then if you've realized that, and if you feel that, then you can now bring your partners, your new partners in, and have them see the bigger picture through the Success Academy, right? And then lastly, you do the one-day seminars, and you do the company introductions and product introductions, just like I am doing to your partners through your one-day seminars and so forth that you can see on Atomy. Right, so all of the system is already pre-built and already exists. All you have to do is now plug into the system, right? No one's going to tell you to do this. Unfortunately, Atomy is a business where you have to do it on your own in terms of that, right? That means that you have to decide, you have to commit to wake up every morning and do Atomy. That means you have to wake up and decide, I'm going to the Success Academy, right? If you don't decide to do the Success Academy, then that's up to you. But that doesn't mean that if you're able to do that, then you might limit your success, right? That's all I'm going to say, right? In terms of Atomy, the more time you commit to it, the more hours you commit to it, the quicker your success will be, right? If you only have time after everything you've done, let's say you work 9 to 5, you work really hard, you come back home, you're really tired, you just want to watch YouTube, you just want to watch Netflix, right, for the rest of the day, and then you have like 30 minutes left after you played and done all that, and that's the amount that you commit to Atomy, then your growth will only be 30 minutes worth, right? And so I want you to think about this in this way. If you work 10 years in your current job, where will you be 10 years later, right? I don't think you'll be that much richer, to be honest. But if you commit to Atomy for 10 years, starting now, 10 years later, I can guarantee you, if you've worked really diligently, then you will be successful, right? You will be successful within the 10 years. Right? Many of them, Imperial Masters, Star Masters, so forth, they all worked diligently for 10 years, and that was their result, right? And so now it's up to you. Are you willing to put in the time? Are you willing to put in the hours? Or are you willing to sacrifice your time to relax, time to have fun, right? So that you can succeed in Atomy, right? 10 years, I think, is a very short time, right? Because we have an average time that human lives is 100 years, right? And now that technology is getting better, medicine is getting better, maybe you'll even live 110, maybe 120 in the future, right? But if you're able to live that long, but you're poor, I think that would be very difficult. I think I would be so stressed every day, wondering how I'm going to pay my bills, wondering how I'm going to eat, right? So then why not change your life now? Why not decide to do one small thing, one small change, we can become a much bigger change in the future. Right? So that all depends on you. You're the only one that can change you. No one can tell you what to do. And so I hope that, I was able to change a little bit about how you think about Atomy, see the bigger picture about Atomy, and maybe you can now take your first step today, right? Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but today, right? Thank you so much.